Hello everyone, Lisa Sabaniak here from lifelikeyoumeanit.com, and I've come live again to chat with you about some more NLP strategies to change your life. And today what I would like to talk about is modeling the behavior that you want in order to achieve excellence. So really, I think that is fairly self-explanatory, but let's just go into it a bit, right? When you're modeling behavior, what that really means is that you are basically adopting the behavior that you see in somebody else that you admire, that's in the place where you would like to be. For example, we have these old sayings, these expressions like dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have, right? Something like that even is modeling, right? Putting on the clothes, taking the time to do your hair and your makeup and present yourself in the way that you would like to be seen by others when you are at the top of your game, even though you're just starting out, is a great example of this, right? Modeling the behavior that you want. And so that means in all shapes and sizes, right? Obviously, I said something that is more superficial and talking about our external looks, but I'm talking about, if you are a survivor of abuse, like I am, for example, or you just deal with negative thoughts, maybe it's imposter syndrome, something along those lines, you've got anxiety, right? Then you're very familiar with talking down to yourself, right? Being very negative to yourself, basically being the mean girl, right? You would never speak this way to other people, certainly people that you care about. You would never even think the things that you think about yourself. And so one of the ways you hear lots of experts talk about, being positive, about shifting your mindset, about using positive affirmations, right? All of these types of things. And it can seem somewhat superficial. It can kind of seem like, well, just saying to myself that I'm amazing and I can do this isn't going to change the fact that I think that I'm crap and that I can't do this and that I'm not good enough, and etc. But really, at the heart of it, of course, if you're just going to go through the motions and you're not going to put any real effort into it, then it is just speaking for the sake of speaking. But we're really talking about here about truly modeling that healthy behavior that you want to reach at some point, right? So if your goal is, rather than your goal being, some big career move, your goal is to get rid of this negative mindset, these negative thoughts that you have about yourself, and wanting to build your confidence, wanting to fall in love with yourself, right? Wanting to raise your self-esteem, raise your awareness. All of those types of things can also be done with the same idea in mind, where you would use those positive affirmations and positive intentions and catching yourself when you're saying negative things and allowing yourself to adjust that into the positive, right? And doing things like that actively. Something that's not just on autopilot, that you're not just saying these things because somebody told you to say them, but that you're actually putting in real effort, trying to change some habits, becoming more aware of what's going on in your head, why you are actually responding that way, and you're actually modeling the behavior that you ultimately want to have. And before you know it, you will actually have that behavior because you're setting yourself up with the habits that people that have a positive mindset and have fallen in love with themselves, have great self-esteem and confidence. These are the types of habits that they have. It's not that they never have any negative thoughts about themselves. It's that they are aware. They have a real conscious awareness about their own behavior, what's driving it, right? What triggers it, what they're getting from it. And the second that they fall into that trap and they start to have a negative thought, they catch it. And then they use all the other evidence that they've collected in their lives to shift it and say, actually, I can do this. I might just be a little bit worried. little bit concerned. I feel like I'm pushing a bit out of my comfort zone. I'm not quite sure I've got all the skill that I need right now. So you know what? I'm going to back that up by going and actually taking this webinar or taking this course or getting a coach or doing these different things so that I do feel like I actually have the skills in place to be able to do this. That's the difference between somebody who's successful and somebody who's not, somebody with a positive mindset and somebody with a negative mindset. And it's not necessarily that that person that I've just described was born this way. It's that they have learned a new habit that you also can learn. And it starts by modeling that behavior. So I've given you two examples. I've given you the business example, right? Dressing and presenting yourself in the way that you would like to be seen, even though your business maybe doesn't match that level yet, right? Modeling that type of behavior and persona. And then we've talked about something a lot deeper, right? With your positive versus negative language that you're using with yourself. But you can use this concept for absolutely anything. Right? You want to change something. You find yourself here and you want to get here, then you simply model the behavior of the person that you're admiring that is already here. Or maybe if that gap is really large and you feel like it's a little bit overwhelming how far you've got to go to get there, then you look at what the next step up is. Okay, so what do I need to do to get here? And you model that behavior until you're there. And then you go the next step and the next step and the next step. And the next thing you know, you will likely surpass that very person that you are admiring so much. Thank you, everybody who has been watching. I see there's lots of you that are on here. Thank you so much for all of your support. I hope that you find my videos helpful. And of course, if you ever want to jump on to a free discovery call with me and see exactly what NLP can do for you, then just head on over to lifelikeyoumeanit.com/calendar. Thank you so much. I'll be back live tomorrow with some more NLP strategies to change your life.